Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you again for another Appalachian Trail community news, through hiker update, and trail information. Well, this is getting to be my favorite time of year. The maples are starting to bust out with some reds and stuff, or you know what, the poplars will be yellow. So I'm in the foothills of North Carolina, so don't know what it's like up in the mountains. I'm sure it's getting awful pretty right now, and me and Trail Boss gonna have to get up there and go see it, what's happening. But you didn't come to hear about what I plan to do. You came to hear about what's going on the trail. So we are getting down to the short roads now of the through hiker season. Of course, Sobos are still well on their way, and we got flip floppers out there, but Nobo season is coming to an end very quickly. So let's get on with what's going on out there on the trail. So we got Mountain Lion and Strider. They are past the 2,000 mile mark. Matter of fact, they are somewhere in the 100-mile wilderness. So we are looking somewhere around 40 miles from Baxter State Park. So they ought to be summiting within the next couple days. So that's going to be really cool to see father and daughter up there on that summit together. Looking forward to that. Aristotle and Salamander, they're flip-floppers, and they're through the Whites and in Maine now, almost to the 100-mile wilderness. And they do say there has been a lot of rain, and they had been hiking with Hungerbird, and they say she's still out here too. They just somewhere around them. They just don't know where she's at right now. John Slyer, he is 2/3 of the way done. Rock and Roll, he is in New Hampshire. BD, she has made it through the Rhone. As a matter of fact, she should be somewhere around the Knock or getting pretty close to it, I figure by now. Certainly getting close to the Smokies. I met Flip Floppers Hambone and Ultra on the trail 2 weekends ago. I believe that was in northern Virginia, I guess, south of the Shanties, north of Delville. But in any case, right there around Glasgow is where I met them. And so they are probably coming into maybe Grayson Highlands, somewhere about around there about now. But in any case, they are coming into the northern part of Virginia. And then Patriarch, he is through the Grafton Notch, and he says that he is not seeing a lot of through hikers anymore. So, again, Sobo or flip floppers or Nobo. So he is kind of on the tail end of things up there right now. So that is all we have got for the folks been updating us. The folks that are left out there, a lot of the folks that have been tracking and updating us, they have sent us in their summit pictures, and that's awesome. We're going to get to a bunch of those in just a minute. But if you're a through hiker out there, whether you be Sobo, Nobo, flip flopper, whatever, we want to hear from you. Even if you hadn't been updating us, let us know how things are going out there. And then whenever you finish, whether it be a summit at Katahdin, Springer, or anywhere in between, we want to know that and share that with the folks out there, and just kind of rejoice and recognize your huge accomplishment of through hiking the Appalachian Trail. So send those photos in to me. Let us know when you finished. If you're getting ready to summit at Katahdin, you're Nobo Pure, then we want to know what your numbers were, so what your summit number was. We're getting close to 1,000. And what your Springer number was, and your Harper's Ferry number up there. So right now we've also got the 2024 hiker support list is up and running. We got somewhere around 40 hikers on that. So if you're a 2024 and you want folks to support you and be able to come and find your social media and support you through social media, then my support list is the place to have your name and information on there. So that link to put yourself on that is down below. And if you're out there looking for 2024 folks that are coming up, and there are lots of videos being dropped right now by them, that link to go and see that list is down there as well. So take advantage of that, both hikers and hiker community out there, and hope to see a lot of you signing up for that. We do have a hiker that was reported in is being off trail, and he didn't actually tell me this. It actually came secondhand. But Tinker, he's a 70-year-old, and said that all the mud was just short of Mount Musalaki. It caused his left knee to overcompress beneath the weight of his pack, and he tore his meniscus in 2 places. Ow, that's really got to hurt. He managed to make it over the mountain, and 6 days of rest later over the Kinsman's Mountains to I-93. So that's a long way to hike with a torn meniscus in 2 places. Don't know when he's going to get back over, or what the plans are for that. Probably going to require surgery for that. I don't think a meniscus can heal. If you're a doctor or nurse or know otherwise from experience, leave a comment down below. I don't think that's something that's just going to heal with rehab. Could be wrong about that. But thanks for letting me know out there. So either if you're a hiker on the trail and you get off for some reason, particularly if you are updating the social media, please let me know. There's lots of people that care about you in this community, and when you stop posting and don't tell people why you got off, then people start to get worried. Now, I can assure you, most of the time, if somebody have stopped posting and something bad has happened to them, uh, their family's going to know, or other people going to know, and it'll be in the papers or be in the media, certainly papers. Boy, I've dated myself. But in any case, it won't be in the papers because there's not many left. But it'll be somewhere in the media, somewhere on social media. So rarely is that going to get under the radar where if something nefarious happens to somebody, it won't be out there. But if you do get off the trail, let us know, particularly if you're posting social media. We care about you and we want to know that. If you don't want to give us any information of why, that is just perfectly fine. Just let us know you're off. And that will do just fine. So a couple reasons people get off. One reason obviously is they get hurt. Another reason is they're just tired of hiking. We had a lot of Sobo people that started this year, and they just got fed up with all the mud, all the rain that we had at the beginning of Sobo season, those terrible floods and infrastructure damage we had in Vermont. And people, they just said that was, Sobo, pure. They were just starting, and that was a rude awakening for them. And they're like, all right, fine, I'm done. So people get off for that. They get trolled. So a lot of times people stop posting because for whatever reason, they just get trolls that come in on their website, and maybe one person has made a comment and they've responded negatively. Oh, and that just gives them ammunition, these trolls, to come in. And they will come in and worry you to death. Hey, what's up, Daisy? So in any case, some people get off for that, and then some people stop posting because of safety issues. Maybe they had somebody make some off-color remarks to them on their post, and so they just don't feel safe anymore. Or maybe something happened on the trail and they don't feel safe anymore, and they don't want people being able to track them. So, of course, the best way to do that is to just delay your post. And a lot of people do that. Typically, I know where they are on the trail because they send that in to me, but if I will delay the post, or I'm real vague about where they're at. So folks that have summited, we had Gadget, he summited, so congratulations to him. Bubble, she is done, and she is an official thru hiker. Congratulations to her. She was number 245 at Springer. Harper's Ferry, her bag tag number was 645, and it's when she summited Katahdin, it was 937. So she had a 223 probably was the other 223 day epic journey while she was out there on the trail. So that is awesome. And she just wants to thank everybody that helped out and supported her through this amazing community we have called the Appalachian Trail community. So that's awesome. Glad to hear that. Thanks a lot, Bubbles. Soko, he also summited. Don't have any of his pertinent information for him and Gadget. I just other people sent in and said that they had summited, or they may have done it, but they didn't leave me any information. So it's better if you can leave me the information. And then Action Adventure, they summited on September 22nd. It wasn't a through hike for them, but this was a completed section hike of the Appalachian Trail in 3 years. So that is awesome. So they have hiked the entire trail. 1,400 miles they did in 2021. 2022 they did 500 miles. And then Adventure was diagnosed with a genetic heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy with an obstruction. Now that is a huge $5 word right there. Not sure what exactly all that means, although I do know it has to do with the heart, but she was having problems with shortness of breath, chest pain, and lightheadedness, and that kind of sounds like a typical hike for me. But in any case, she received some treatment, new meds, feeling much better, and they were able to finish this year with 267 miles from Grafton Notch to Katahdin. So that is awesome. One, that she could get that straightened out, whatever their health problems, the cardiomyopathy yada, 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 that she could get straightened out. I'm not making a light of that, by the way. But she could get that straightened out, and that they could finish the Appalachian Trail. So kudos for her to getting out there and doing it. That is awesome. And then there are two folks that were not hiking the Appalachian Trail, but I want to give them a shout out to. That is Rock. He hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2019. His dad's a subscriber, and we have corresponded a couple times. They live in Pennsylvania. And the Rock is now a triple crowner. So he went to the PCT, then he finished the CDT this year. So that is awesome. Congratulations, Rock. So glad to see that you did that. That is just neat. And what's really neat is to see the three generations here getting together and just enjoy out there in creation. This is a picture they took there at Yellowstone Park of Rock's dad, Mike, and then also his father, or his grandfather, which would be Mike's father. So, any case, awesome to see those three generations out there together, just enjoying things. And then Wisconsin Jane, she is a subscriber, and she sent in that Goob, who was the class of 2021 AT thru hiker, he finished the Triple Crown on September 23rd. So he did AT in 21, PCT in 22, and finished the CDT in 2023. So that is awesome. Congratulations to Goob and Rock for doing that. Some trail news we got out there. So Spineless Cougar, he is one of our northern correspondents and a northern trail angel. He sets up house there in Vermont, and so he does trail magic there in Vermont, sets up a table, and so he has done his last one for the year. He said that he has done 23 days of trail magic with somewhere just north, or correction, just south of 400 hikers that he has served so far. And so they're getting to be less and less and Nobo and Sobo AT thru hikers and less long trail thru hikers. So it is time for him to come in for the year. He said for the most part the trail's dry, but the usual places there in Vermont are muddy. Did say the leaves are coming out and changing and starting to look really neat. Spineless Cougar said that he had $500 in donations, but he had spent around $3,100. So that's a pretty good big chunk of change, and minus the 500, whatever that math is, from 3,100, what's that, 26, 20, I can't do math that fast while I'm sitting here doing this, but in any case, 25, 2,600, yeah, $2,600 that he spent out of his own back pocket. So that is awesome. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for getting out there and taking the time, which cannot be bought, to go out there and do that. And also his buddy Roof Walker comes out there and drives into the trail, and they both set up together. So that's awesome for you folks out there to do that. Greatly appreciate what you're doing for the hiker community. And then Whispers out there, he is our northern correspondent. He said that Baxter, he doesn't think it's going to close early this year because the current temperatures are around 20 degrees higher than they had been a week ago. And next week it's supposed to be forecast to be 80 degrees in the White Mountains in the valley towns there. So he does not think Katahdin's going to close early. He did say the fall colors are coming out in Maine and it won't be too much longer before they peak. So that is very neat. Yard Sale, she is from the Lookout Hostel in Pennsylvania. She's the proprietor there, and she said she is mostly seeing section hikers, not a lot of thru hikers. She did see Rabbitfoot. He's doing the international AT, and he made it through her hostel sometimes last week. The trail alert that I had put earlier out there through the community page, that in Pennsylvania, that has not been canceled. So the Perry County Sheriff's Office there has issued a warning for the public about a man who may be camping in and around the Appalachian Trail around Duncannon and the Susquehanna River, which is Nobo mile 1,150, and should be considered armed and dangerous. And this is information that they've updated from 3 days, as early as 3 days ago. So he's still out there. His name's Barry Bostic. He's 60. He failed to appear for sentencing, and there's now a felony warrant for his arrest. Now get this, what the heck is he even doing out of jail? Why is he not sitting in jail waiting on his sentencing? He is a sexually violent predator. He is convicted on multiple counts of deviant sexual intercourse with a child. What the heck? What is wrong with people? There's now a felony warrant for his arrest and believed to still be local. Surely that what he was convicted of is a felony. They kind of put it out like there's now a felony warrant. So surely what he did is a felony out there. I'm not real versed in felonies, but that can't, no way that can be a misdemeanor. But in any case, I don't know what's wrong with the world when there's evil out there like that, but I guess we just live in a fallen world. But if you see this dude, don't approach him. Call 911 as soon as you can. Let them know where he is at, and just stay away from him. Now, I am not going to end on that kind of note, that's for sure. So what's really cool coming up, and we've done this is the 3rd year in a row, so we're going to have the 3rd annual End of Days, and it has been End of Days / Great American Bailout hike. For some of us, not for everybody out there, but I'm not going to mention any names out there, but in any case, some folks have bailed out. So this year we're going to try not to make it the bailout hike. Everybody's going to try to make it through this year. But we're going to be doing the Foothills Trail again, and it's going to be the Wednesday after Christmas. So I think that's the 27th is when that's starting. So this is a really cool hike. It's a great trail down in South Carolina that is really good precursor for you to get in practice for the AT. So if you're a 2024 hopeful, this will give you a taste of what you're doing, but not as bad. So you can gradually work into it, but it's 70 plus miles, something like that. We're going to be starting, we've done it west to east. We're going to be starting in the east first and going over, I believe that's Sassafras Mountain. So we're going to be starting there, the opposite direction that we've done the last 2 years, mainly because I hadn't seen that section of the trail yet. So I want to see that section. So that's the direction that we're going. A lot of times we have through hikers alumni that come out either from this year or from last year. So come along. He's a through hiker, my hiking partner for years now, and so he's supposed to be coming, and Fresh Ground is going to be making an appearance out there, so we'll get a little bit of support from Fresh Ground, and if you had never had support from Fresh Ground, you're in for a treat. So that again is going to be the Wednesday after Christmas. We will be starting that day, and it'll be a shotgun blast, so no particular time we're starting. I'll get back to you later on with where the feeding points are and things like that. And then you'll just have to look and determine. It's on Gut Hooks has a map for it now, so or Gut Hooks Far Out. My day is Gut Hooks, now it's Far Out. But they have a map for it, so you can kind of judge how far you feel like you're going to hike versus where you're going to camp, water sources, things like that. So there's plenty of water sources on it, so that should not be a problem. But looking forward to that. I'll be putting together a Facebook page next couple weeks where people can go and post and ask questions or whatever. But in any case, looking forward to that. Invite everybody in the hiker community to come out to that. We will need to kind of get a general idea so we know how many supplies that Fresh Ground needs to buy for them banana and blueberry pancakes, and I might even bring a block of liver mush this time. So we'll see how lucky y'all get. All right, folks, that's all I've got this week. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out here.